Well, happy Tuesday, my fellow Y members. Doug Walker behind the camera, in front of the camera, Health and Wellness Director Jacqueline White. And trust me, today she is like a kid in a candy store. All brand new equipment has just arrived at the Y last Thursday, and for the next several weeks we're going to show you how to use each one of these pieces of equipment. What's been the reaction to all this brand new stuff?
Everybody loves it. We've gotten nothing but good feedback on our new Matrix equipment. We love how low the profile is. It opens up our space. It makes everything just look more open and fresh and clean. We love the matte black finish on it. It just looks really, really nice.
Now, in the free weight area, there have been some changes too, and a lot more space right now if you're taking a look at it. If you remember it from last week, it was really pretty cramped, not so much anymore.
Right, and I want to reiterate, this is temporary. So this is just a temporary kind of placement of some of our equipment because we still have one shipment left from Life Fitness. So we still have 4 new pieces that are getting ready to come in. One dual adjustable pulley. So I took one pulley out, but a new one is coming in. So in this transitional period, while we're waiting on some new pieces to come in, we've just got kind of a temporary setup to hold us by until that new stuff comes.
Now, obviously, you've kind of arranged it in a certain way so you start at the top and move your way down to the bottom.
Right, so we tried to do that. There's a few kind of one-off pieces. I started off here with kind of your torso upper body in our first row. It goes on to upper body, and then as it wraps around, you get into more of your lower body. Now, something I do want to mention too is you'll notice that each piece has a little different color on it. So we've got some blue pieces, we've got some yellow, you'll see some green. All of these pieces are color coded by muscle group. So your torso, so your back extension, your abdominal, that's all green. And then any of your upper body pieces are yellow and your lower body pieces are blue.
Now, one really neat feature is all of these machines from Matrix come with a QR code.
Yeah.
Explain how that works.
So that's really neat. All you have to do is just pop open the camera on your phone. You don't need to actually take a picture of it, but just pull up your camera and just hover it over our QR code. And this takes you directly to the Matrix YouTube video on this specific machine. Shows you how to get it set up, how to make it fit for you. It's really neat. That's on every single machine.
Okay, now let's start with this machine. Let's demonstrate this one here.
Right. So
and what does
this
this do and what is it called?
The first thing I would draw your attention to is the placard. So if you're new to machines, you can always look at this placard. It's going to highlight the muscle groups that are being used, and it shows you where all of the adjustments are. So it's telling us right now we have 2 different adjustments here, and then there's your starting and finishing position. There's also rep counters on
All right,
here.
take us to town, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Show us how this baby works.
So what I love about this equipment too is I'm 5'1". So I'm short, but a lot of equipment doesn't always fit me. So what's nice about this is there usually is an adjustment here. All you have to do is just lift this up. So I can tell right now anywhere there's yellow is an adjustment. So right here is kind of an anchor point. You want your knees, your joint to be going kind of through this piece. My knees are a little bit forward, so that tells me I need to sit back a little bit. So right there should be perfect. And then another attachment or another adjustment is right here. So this is really your range of motion. So if you have maybe some knee injuries and you can't take your knees back that far, you can adjust it wherever you need it. Okay, you want it to go back as far as you can, and then you can just adjust the weight, pull this pin, and we have a mini weight up here as well. I know it's kind of hard to see on this machine, but we have, once you select your weight, you just pull that pin out, select your weight, and there's a 2.5, a 5, or a 7.5 addition that you can add on. So once all those are set, your back of the seat and then your range of motion, you just lift this up with your feet. You want it to be right at the top, kind of at that ankle, and then we just lift straight up and ease it back down. The other thing that's nice with this rep counter is if you don't do a full range of motion, it won't count it. So if I
So
just,
you can't cheat,
right.
basically.
So if I do like a partial rep, it won't count it. But you can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. And then you've got that rep counter.
So in this
There you
case, honesty is the best policy.
Right, right. It's just another thing that, you know, they've added on where you don't have to think about it. It just makes it a little bit more effortless and easy.
And what target muscle is this machine for?
So this is for the quad, so for the legs. So you can also see that up on the placard, the fronts of the legs.
All right, Jacqueline White, our Health and Wellness Director. Again, look at that smile. Kid in a candy store.
excited.
She is so happy about this. And we will be back next Tuesday taking a look at all this brand new Matrix equipment and showing you how it works. So again, we are glad to have it here. We hope you're happy with this new look, this new equipment, and we appreciate you watching today.